Hello, Stephen here. We're just doing question 9 AQA Maths GCSE Higher Tier Paper 1 June 2007. It's available here from the AQA website.org.uk and Academic Supply website here. Yeah, I've moved the websites up to the top as they can sometimes get in the way near the bottom. Anyway, we're looking at a question here, question 9. Let's read the question. The table gives the diameter in meters of planets in the solar system. The diameters are given to an accuracy of 3 significant figures. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about a diameter, and it's quite a physics type question, this one. And what are we talking about? Well, planets are spheres, but for the sake of it I'll look at it a flat sphere, which is a circle, so that should be a perfect circle. That it isn't because of my drawing, and the diameter is all the way across, from any point to any point, as long as it goes through the center. That is the diameter. Anyway, that's just a bit of background to visualize the question. And these are planets in the solar system. So we're looking at the solar system, and within our solar system there's 9 planets, and they rotate around the sun. I won't go into details there, but that is how you should visualize it. But to be honest with you, that's not what you really need to know to answer the question. The question is really about big numbers, and in previous question 8, I was talking about numbers to the power. So here we go, we've got 4.88 times 10 to the power of 6, 1.21, 10 to the power of 7. So there's some big numbers there. What is 4.8 times 10 to the 6? Let's have a look. 4.88 times 10 to the 6, right, is 4, and then 8, 8, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 6. How do I know that? Because I've shifted it 6 times. So here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one, 6. 6 zeros. These are 8 because we shifted 6 times behind all the 4. So in simple terms, if you had, say, 4.8 times 10 to the power of 1, then you would only shift 1 and you end up with 48. If you change it to 2, you end up with 480. If you had 10 to the power of 3 there, then you shift another 1 on the end, and so on. And that's what I've done. Okay, so the power is very important here, the size of the number. And the bigger the power is the first step you make on analysing whether it's a big number, which is the biggest. So let's look for the biggest power. 6, 7, 7, 6, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7. They're all starting here by a number between 1 and 10. So we know we're looking for the biggest power. And we look here, we've got power to the 8, we've got a power to the 8. So it must be either of these two because that's the largest power. And we know that 1.21, 1.4, so they're the same here, 1 and 1, but 2 and 4, well, 4 is bigger than 2, so this number's bigger. So the answer is Jupiter. Jupiter. And that's 1 mark. Which planet has the smallest diameter? Now we go to the power again. We're looking for the power first of all, which is the smallest power, and there's 2 numbers. There's power to the, let me just change colour to make it easy to see. We got a power 6 there, they're 7, so they're bigger. 6 there, and a 6 there. Then we compare the 6's. We've got a 4, a 6 and a 2, which is the smallest. Well, 6 is bigger than 4 and 4 is bigger than 2, so 2 is the smallest, and this is the smallest planet. And actually there has been a bit of argument since then whether actually Pluto is a planet. It might just be an asteroid, but this was in 2007. I think it was a planet then, so may not be. It may not be a planet. The astronomers are still talking about it, I believe. So you got 2 marks there. Which planet has a diameter approximately 10 times that of Venus? Well, let's find Venus on the chart. Venus is there, right, to the power of 7. Okay. Every time you times something by 10, you increase the power. So if I said 1 times 10 to the power of 2 there, and then I times it by 10 again, then I'm adding the powers. It's like saying 10 to the power of 1, and I get 1 times 10 to the power of 3. So every time I times something by 10 times I increase the power. So if I times that power by 10, 1 times 10 to the 3, I get 10 to the 4. So Venus is 1.21 times 10 to the 7. Now what is 10 times that? Well, let's have a look down. Well, hang on. Saturn is 1.21. It's the same number, 1.21 times 10 to the 8. So if I times this one by 10, it's like saying 10 to the power of 1. 10 to the power of 1, 7 plus 1. What you do with the powers, you add them, and you get 10 to the power of 8. So the answer is Saturn. So these questions, it looks a bit difficult with all the planets, but when you break it down, it's it's reasonably straightforward. So just don't be scared of the questions. Just think them through, and I'm sure most often you can find the answer. Just changing colour. What is the diameter of Pluto in kilometers? Give your answer in standard form. Well, I'm going to extend the page a bit here. Pluto, right, let's have a look. We got 2.39 times 10 to the 6. Well, just go back up here. What did we have here? Oh, sorry. Here in the thing we've got meters. It's asking for you in kilometers, so that will come clear in a minute. So this is 10 to 6 meters. That's important. So if you just write that onto it, it's not right because kilometers. And now what do we know about a kilometer? 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And how can we write that? 1,000? Well, we can write that 10 to the power of 3, because we've got three zeros. 1, 2, 3. 10 to the power of 1 is 10. 10 to the power of 2 is 100. 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000. So now we need to times that by 2.39 times 10 to the power of 6 times 10 to the power of 3, because we'll convert. What is the diameter? Give your answers and stuff. Actually, sorry, that's a divide by, because 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. So 1 meter, if you move that 1,000 on the other side, you get divided by, you get 1 meter is 1 over 1,000 kilometers. So that's a divide. And what do we do in divide? Well, if you go back to my video in video 8, in divide, when you're dividing powers, you minus the 2 powers. 6 minus 3, and you get 2.539 times 10 to the power of 3, because when you divide powers, 10 to the 6 divided by 10 to the 3, you don't divide. when you got a power 10 to the 6 divided by 10 to the 3, that is the same as saying 10 to the 6 minus 3, which equals 10 to the 3. Hope that's clear. If you've got any other questions, you can contact my company on via our website, and we can give live tuition, and you can ask your questions directly. Thank you.